So guys, now finally I will going to show you how you can build your lab. So you can see on the right hand side you have a pane from where you can drag and drop the devices. So let me pick up a Cisco router which is CSR V1000. This is a very famous Cisco router, and you can actually pick devices of different flavors from the right hand side. So let's see, let me pick up another device. Let's say ASAV firewall. So this is a Cisco firewall, and let me pick up one more device, a lightweighted Linux machine, which we call it as Alpine Linux, right? You could also pick up a full-fledged Ubuntu here, but I choose to pick up Alpine, so it is just a lightweighted Linux machine. All right, so now it's a time to build the connections between them. So depending on your requirement, you can build the connections. Just right click the device and click on this add link, and you can build the connections like this. So actually you are connecting the gig ethernet 1 interface of this CSR 1000V router with gig 0x0 ethernet interface of ASAV firewall. All right, in firewall we do not do any connection with the management 0/0 port. So now click create link, and you can see that the connection has been created. Similarly, you can create another connection. All right, and see how easy it is. The connections are created. Now once you have finalized your topology, you can simply right click on the device and click on the start button. So these devices will be started. All right, you don't have to worry about CPU, memory, disk. You can see at the very bottom of the screen the CPU usage, the memory usage, the disk usage is being shown in terms of percentage. All right, so this is CSR V1000 is our Cisco router, and if you click on this interface tab, you can see that maximum of 4 interfaces are available on this device. You could have increased these number of interfaces, but you should have done that activity before actually starting the device. All right, this add 4 interface, this option has been grayed out, but it will come back if you stop this device, and then you can add more interfaces as per your requirement. And this is true for all the devices that you can see here. Now how to log in into these devices and access the prompt of these devices. So you can see that I have selected CSR 1000V router, and you can see that there is a console option here. So I will click on the console, and now open console. So you can see that the system is booting up. All right, similarly you can go to the console of ASAV firewall, and it is also booting up. So it will take some time for these devices to boot up. Similarly, you can go to the console of this Alpine Linux box. All right, now the password of all the devices is username is Cisco, and the password is also Cisco. So let us wait for the device to get boot up. So guys, I have waited enough to allow these devices to boot up. Now that I've selected Cisco CSR V1000 routing device, so I'm on the prompt here. To start with, I will write enable, and the very first step you can do is to go to the configuration mode. You can do so by typing conf space T, which stands for configure terminal, and you can always set the name of the device as CSR 1000 or anything you want to, any name you want to give. It is done so that you would know that on whose device prompt you are actually working on. All right, so now let us do some routing configuration. So on this routing device CSR V1000, let me add an IP address on its gigabit Ethernet 1 interface. So it is good that you keep a track through the diagram that on which interface you are actually configuring which IP address, so that you remember. So on gigabit Ethernet 1 interface, I will going to configure an IP address 10.1.1.1/24. Right, so I go to the interface gigabit Ethernet 1, no shut, and simply type out the IP address 10.1.1 and provide the mask value. That's it. Alright, so you can save the configuration by using the command copy rs, that is copy running to startup configuration. If this command doesn't work, you can type out full. Right, so this command means that if you reboot this device, then your configuration will not get lost. Your configuration will stay. So the IP address that I configured on the interface gigabit 1 will going to persist even if I reboot the device. And there is another command called write memory. So write memory means that even if you close the lab and if you come back tomorrow and open the same lab, all the configuration that you have done on the device will going to stay as it is. All right. So this is how I have configured an IP address. Now let me go to the ASA firewall console. I will do enable. It is asking for the password, so you can always provide some password. I am typing out Cisco, simple Cisco, and go to the terminal mode. You can always configure the host name. Okay, host name is ASA. Okay, now I have to configure its gigabit 0x0 interface. No shut. I will provide the IP address in the same subnet. And on Cisco ASA firewall, I have to do additional configuration, which is called nameif, and you have to provide some name to this interface. All right, and you can do copy running to startup configuration, and you can do write memory. And now from Cisco ASA firewall, can you ping an IP address 10.1.1.1, which is the IP address of CSR router? And here we go, it is 100%, so ping is successful. All right. I will update my topology. Now I will show you how to capture the packet. In case of debugging, you would want to see that what packets are traversing on this link, which connects the Cisco CSR router and ASAV firewall. So you can see that you have to click the link first. So you will get these options here. You have to click on the packet capture and you can start the packet capture. So here now it will show you what are all the packets that are being exchanged on this link. All right. So I will go to ASA firewall and let me ping so that ICMP packets traverses on this link as a result of this ping statement. And I will go to that link again and I will see that there should be some packets. You should see some packets displayed here. Now why those packets are not coming, let me check. Okay, probably it has started the capturing of the packets now. Let me do the ping again. Why it is saying waiting for packets? It is showing the packets, but as soon as I go to this window to see the captured packets, the packets disappears instantly, right? So this is kind of some platform problem. Yesterday it was not happening, but I don't know what is the problem now. But anyways, you understand that how this entire lab supposed to work. All right, once you are done with the lab, you can always turn off your devices by doing the right click and go to the stop option. You can stop all the devices. All right, and be reminded that you save your lab. Let me rename this lab as trial, and I will save this lab. Go to the dashboard, and here you can see that your lab is saved. So you can come back tomorrow, you can click on this lab again, you can start all the devices, and then you can do your experiment with the lab. Right, so Cisco Modeling Labs made it quite easy. You don't have to install any heavy software on your system, except that any Connect Cisco Secure Client, which is used to create a VPN connection with this lab. Other than that, you need not install any software on your local system at all. And all your labs will going to persist on a cloud. So I would suggest that if you are a student, so try to take an advantage of this Cisco Modeling Labs. So that's all from this short tutorial. Thank you.